Alright, this is my fourth blog. I'm not in a very good mood. I'm in a bad mood, okay? A bad mood. I just came from Trader Joe's. I'm not trying to plug Trader Joe's. That's where I came from. And I'm in LA, I'm in Santa Monica, and there's just like so many people shopping for food. Just like hordes of people like grabbing food, you know? And you try to be polite, excuse me, and everybody's so happy though there. Like I can't relate to people. Like I can't relate to happy people. Like I felt happy before and I get that, but sustainably? No. Just not happy sustainably. Like I don't get that. Everybody's just so like, do you know where the pumpkin spice is? Where is it? Oh, it's over here? Okay. Have a good one. Yeah, it's just so great out here and we're gonna do that. Like, I don't get it. Life sucks. Don't you fucking realize that? Oh, it makes me so mad. I can't relate to people, so it just sucks when you don't have that positive energy, when you feel conflicted inside and tight and like you can't even look people in the eye, like people shun you. Like they don't give a shit about you. And like I know nobody owes me anything. I get it. Like I get it. But like I've come to realize like if I'm not feeling good inside, I can't make strangers feel good. Like I try, I really do. Like the cashier, I try to be like, you did a good job. Thank you. But see, I don't know, maybe I'm holding back when I do it. Like, good job, thank you. Like I try, but I'm just so afraid and there's so much weight on my chest that I'm just like, good job. And they're like, you're welcome, have a good day. Like they're not open to what I can give at all. Because I don't know, maybe I have nothing to give. That's the whole thing. It's like, when I'm not feeling good inside, it's so hard. I can't. It doesn't matter how hard I try to fake it. So it's like, fuck, what do? I have to feel better. The reason there's so much pressure to feel better is because to survive, you need support. And like from the masses, from people, a support system, structure, social. You need people to like you, okay, to survive. That is normal. And people aren't going to like you, they're not going to support you if you're negative energy. Like it doesn't matter what your words are. If they can feel that you're unhappy, you're conflicted, there's like uncomfortableness, they just want that away. They just want it gone. And I understand that, but it sucks because it's a vicious cycle. It's like, I feel this way, and then the cashier would be like, yeah. And even like friends of mine would be like, oh, hi, Kevin. Like they're not excited to talk to me. I feel like this, and then everybody just casts me aside, and then I feel like really hopeless. Like then what the fuck am I doing on earth? Like why am I here? What is the point? I really feel that way. What is the fucking point? I do not relate to people that are happy. Just don't get it. And there's so many happy people here, so I'm just like, what am I doing here? So anyway, you know, it's a downward spiral. The people, they cast you to the side. And when I say cast you to the side, I just mean like, they're not interested in getting to know you further. They're not interested in sharing any kind of moment. They're like, if they sense the negative energy, it's like, get them through. Just check out their goods. Bye-bye. You know. And so when people just cast you to the side, I'm just using that as an expression, figure of speech. You know, it's a downward spiral. And then you're cast to the side, and you feel even worse, and then you feel even worse. And then even more so, you have nothing to give. You have nothing to offer. You're just nothing. I just don't know. I look at other people and they just seem like in their body, just like kind of looking around life, you know. Just kind of like, you know. But me, I feel like I'm like, what's out here? How are people reacting? Like I'm not in my body and I can't, but I try. It's it's so miserable in there, so it's hard to be in my body. I just, I don't know, can anybody relate to this? If you can, please reach out or comment or something. And, I feel like there was something I wanted to say. Like, yeah, well, I guess, like, in this culture, like, in Santa Monica, you know, most people here are wealthy, they're good looking, they're in the sunny fucking place, like, they're happy, okay? And if you're not part of that, they don't want you there. I don't know, that's how I feel. You know? There's no, like, real, like, oh, are you suffering? Sorry. There's like, oh, and I can't fake it. Recently I was thinking, like, I feel like I don't want to be happy, but it's not that of course I want to be happy. Everybody does. I don't want to fake being happy. I can't go another moment faking it. I try so hard. And people might say, oh, don't try so hard. No, fuck you. I've tried to not try. You get it? Like I'm saying, like I'm go swimming against a current and I'm trying to like... I've just been dealing with this so long that it's like getting really hopeless. My therapist would say things like, I think you're doing a lot better than you think, Kevin. I think you're doing a lot better than you think. Yeah, how long am I going to go where I'm doing a lot better than I think before I realize I'm not doing well? Man, this is going to be a long fucking vlog because I need to let this out. No, I just feel so personally... Like I want so bad for people to treat me with like smiley, like comforting words, but they don't, and it's fine. Like I understand, nobody owes me anything. Like I'm not doing that to other people, so it's not fair to think it should just be done to me. That doesn't make sense. But I want it, and I realize you don't really get it until you show it first. You know, you show a nice warm smile, you show connection. But it's like, sometimes I have that in me, and I will do that if I have it in me, you know? Like, I'm happy to. I've suffered enough that I'm like, whoa, if I have this positive feelings, I want to share it, I want to use it. But the thing is, like, it's not in me, so when I try to fake it, it's like people don't even like it. It's like, but then when I try to be, like, authentic and, like, show that I'm not happy, like, then that's bad too. Like, there's just no way out. And it's like I want to give up sometimes and just be one of those crotchety people. And just be one of those people where others talk about them and they're like, oh yeah, they're not really warm and fuzzy, they're not really... I want to give up sometimes and be that, but I've seen myself, like I've had enough good times where I'm like compassionate and loving and like enthusiastic and happy. I've seen that side of me and how real it can be enough to like, how can I not strive for that? You know what I mean? Like, how can I not strive for that? I'm not gonna like give up on that, but it's just not coming. Not consistently. It'll come for like short stretches. Especially recently. I'm putting all this pressure on me. Should I work with my friend or not on music? It's like I want to work with him though. It's not a big deal. I want to work with him. Should I just dive in, like really try it? I guess. My parents don't understand me. That I'm just going to have to let go of. That's tough, but I'll let go of that. I know it's just really the negative feedback loop. It really sucks. And I'm so fucking resentful to good-looking women because, like, I want sex so bad from them. And they are so... There's so many good-looking women that are just like... They don't realize how good they've got it. They don't. Some of them do, I guess, but a lot of them are just like... Ugh. Don't give a fuck about anybody. Except for, like, me. I don't know, and I know we're all selfish. I shouldn't be casting judgment, but, like, I'm selfish too. I'm thinking about me constantly. Everybody's thinking about me, you know. But it's like, when you have that, like, power and validation from other people is, like, huge. Like, I know you're supposed to, like, find happiness within, but it's like, the ultimate happiness comes from within once you've got basic support, social support structures in place. Like, on the hierarchy of needs, it's not just like self-actualization, reflection. It's like at the bottom. No, at the bottom, like the base, the first need you need. Well, first is like shelter and food. So, like, even if, like, you think social support is important, like, if you don't have shelter and food and water, like, you'll fight other people for that. Okay, so that's at the very bottom. But I have that. Like, the next one is, like, social support structure. That's really fucking important. And I feel like when you don't, a lot of people that have that social support structure, like attractive women that have that validation, and those guys willing to, like, be there and, you know, agree with them and talk with them and love them and, you know, validation and friends, like when you have that, it's so easy to just judge other people and just think, oh, what's wrong with them? You know, like, if they're suffering and they don't have that support structure, you don't realize what it feels like. Man, if attractive women could just feel what it's like for people to not smile at them, for people to avoid eye contact with them, for people to just be like, and just want them to leave. Like, to really feel that on a daily basis every day. Oh my God, they would maybe understand then. I'm sorry, but, like, why do you think, like, people shoot up other people? Because they get, like, pushed aside and they get ignored and they get... Nobody really cares about that. You always hear, like, PSAs, like, yeah, you should pay attention to people when they're... Nobody really cares, though, you know? Like, that sounds great. It comes down to it in your daily life. Like, if somebody seems, like, needy, you're like, ugh, get away from me. And I've done that too, like, because I realize you don't want to spread yourself too thin. You don't want to take on other people's feelings. Like, if I'm feeling good and I feel like somebody's leeching on me and they want me to, like, take on their feelings, I'm like, ew, like, boundaries, back it off, dude. And I don't feel like do that, though. I don't feel like I leech and try to get other people to take on my feelings, except for, like, talking to this camera. But that's fine, because you can just click away. So I'm not actually burdening you, you know? You're choosing to watch. But in my daily life, I realize, like, not to overstep my boundaries and to not leech on people. I realize that. I just want people to realize, like, if I, you know, am making an effort and I'm not being mean and I'm, like, trying to be nice, can you see that I'm struggling? Can you just see that I'm struggling? Like, and care. I feel like people, a lot of times they see that you're struggling, like, emotionally, you know, and they don't care, you know, and I'm not trying to be like a self-pity. This is not supposed to be a self-pity thing. I need help. I just feel really lost. Like I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing with my life and like how to feel better. And I'm just like scared and just lost. And I don't want my family to know, especially my sister, because like I feel like she'll judge me. She'll think I'm a loser because I'm 30 years old. I have like nothing going for me. And like I just need like a support system. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. Just really lost. I hope I'll feel better soon. And I'm just gonna turn the camera off. Oh, fuck that. I'm sick of hiding. I'm sick of hiding. I feel really bad, okay? I want people to know. And like I want a girlfriend, okay? That's what I really want. Like I need some intimacy. Okay, not just sex, you know? I need some intimacy. I need like a significant other. And it's not that fucking easy for a guy, okay? I'm sorry. Like that's one thing that pisses me off so much about this male privilege shit is like if you really knew what it's like to be like I'm a fairly good looking guy, but I'm not like, you know, especially not in fucking Hollywood, I'm not gonna be stand out at all. So anyway, like just like not just being like I'm an okay looking guy, but just even just being if you're just close to, unless you're like a model, you know, like you're not. Girls aren't gonna come up to you. They're not. I don't know. I know there's a lot more to it. Like I've gotten girls for my personality, but that's the problem. Is like right now I'm so sad and like conflicted inside that I'm not comfortable to be here. I'm not even comfortable sitting here alone in my own skin. So how could any girl be comfortable with me, like with their face close to mine, like about to kiss? Like it's not gonna happen. So I understand that. I'm not trying to be a victim of like how I look. That's silly, but. Like even if you're feeling this uncomfortable, if you're like a pretty good looking girl, you can get guys to fuck you and like want to be your boyfriend. Like that's easy. So just at least acknowledge that that is an advantage as a woman, okay? I'm not making any more money than a woman. Trust me, I'm $12 an hour, okay? Women, like, in fact, my last job, I made $9.50, and they hired on a new girl, and she made 10, and she was a good-looking girl in my position, and this was in Florida, and I asked about that because she shared that information, and I asked, and I was like, well, why is she getting more? That's what we started her at. Oh, why? Does she have a degree? No. She have experience in it? No. And I know what it is. She interviewed. She's a good-looking girl, and the boss is like, oh, yeah, I'll pay you 10. You know, kind of trying to... So just bullshit. Like, I'm not getting paid more than a woman, okay? I'm not getting more validation. Trust me, when I speak, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck when I speak, okay? When a hot girl speaks, everybody's like stops and they're like, listen. Yeah, that's a great point. Nobody listens to me. I'm talking to a fucking camera alone in my room getting 5 YouTube views. Tops. That people clicked away. It's not even real views. Girls have every guy they could ever want. Attractive girls. And if you're not so attractive, I feel for you. If your girl is not so attractive, I feel for you, okay? I'm with you. But we're talking about attractive girls right now. if you're an attractive girl, you get a boyfriend like that, okay? So, to get a girlfriend, the girlfriends I've had have really worked for, you know, in terms of like just putting myself out of my comfort zone. I'm not saying I've swindled them or something. I've worked for it. Like, I put myself out of my comfort zone. I contacted them. I tried to better myself. I've, you know, tried my best to be present. Like, you know, effort. And I guess I could try Tinder, but I don't know. I'm a little insecure about that. Like, right now I don't feel like I could photograph well, first of all. So, like, if I match with almost like, nobody, that's gonna hurt my feelings, you know? And then, also, I don't even have an iPhone or an Android. You can't get that app on a Windows phone. But I've gone out and I've tried, like, talking to women, and I've had some success. So part of, like, I've had girls kind of open up to me and they're starting to talk to me, and I've kind of, like, backed away because I got a little scared of the success. So there is some self-sabotage. So I need to acknowledge that and try to work on it. But I'm just venting here, you know. I want people to know. And so I felt like, yeah, like I need intimacy. I need touch. I need closeness. Like a female. You know, that'd be weird if, like, some girl on YouTube, like, messaged me. She's like, I'll be your girlfriend. I would be, like, freaked out. Like, I would be like, oh, that's, like, right now I feel desperate enough to be like, yeah, fly out here. See how insane and creepy that would be? Based on, like, a video? I think I'm just fantasizing, hoping that'll happen. No, but I'm saying, like, if I was in a good frame of mind where I felt, like, happy, I know if a girl said that, I'd be like, whoa, don't do that. You're kind of creeping me out. But, yeah. This has been a long vlog, and if you've watched this whole thing, that is crazy. Applauding to you if you watch this whole thing. But anyway, this is rough. I probably shouldn't just drone on and on. I should eat my salad. Alright.